Y'all still want me to come with you?
Hey, what's going on? Well, I wanted to do my final wrap for the Mobile Entertainment Expo. I know it's been about 3 weeks now since I've gotten back from Las Vegas. And by the way, today is Monday, March the 17th. It's St. Patrick's Day, so happy St. Patrick's Day to you. You can tell I'm kind of festive. I've got my green sweater on today, so I'm feeling the holiday. And I hope that everything is going well with you. Now, I wanted to go ahead and just do my final wrap for the Mobile Entertainment Expo, even though it's been about 3 weeks. I've had a lot going on, so I really haven't had a chance to really tell you about what I thought about the show and all that. Now, this is going to be a little bit different than the past wraps that I've done. You know, normally I just talk about the show itself, but this time I wanted to talk about the entire experience all the way around. I mean, I'm talking about the trip, the airline, the hotels, and all that in addition to the Mobile Entertainment Expo. So I'm just going to kind of give you my thoughts on everything when it comes to the trip as a whole. So let's go ahead and get started. I've actually got some notes here that I took so I wouldn't forget anything. Now, first of all, let's talk about the trip. United Airlines. Well, overall, they were great. I highly recommend United Airlines if you're looking for a great airline to fly. And the service was great in first class. And yeah, I get to fly first class because I got a credit card with them, and I was able to get a really, really great deal. To be honest with you, it really wasn't that much more expensive to fly first class than it would have been to fly in coach. And actually, it was, compared to some other airlines, it was actually cheaper to fly first class on United than it would have been to fly coach on, say, like Delta or American. So I really got a good deal on that one. So that worked out really well. But I enjoyed 2 wonderful meals going there and returning. The lounge in Houston at Terminal E was top-notch as well. I mean, if you ever get a chance to go check out an airport lounge, especially United Airlines, go and check it out. The food was great, and the staff there was very friendly and helpful. And the only thing that we had was coming back was we had a slight delay on the return trip from Houston to Pensacola, and I did not mention this in my trip report coming home, but they had a computer error from what I understand. We were sitting at the gate there in Houston, and the captain came on and said something like that there was something wrong with the computer, and he said maintenance was in there looking at it, and he said we're going to try to reboot it and see if it works, and hopefully it will. And well, I was sitting there thinking, okay, well, this is going to be the last night that or last flight tonight that we're going to be able to get to Pensacola, so I hope it works too. So we sat there for about a good 20 minutes or so, and whatever they had to do worked, and we were able to take off, and we had to dodge some thunderstorms and stuff coming back here, but we arrived at Pensacola about 20 minutes later than we were supposed to, but so it really wasn't too big of a delay, so I wouldn't really hold that against United Airlines, but you know, they did a good job and were very professional on handling that. So again, I recommend United Airlines if you're looking for a wonderful airline to fly. I definitely would fly them again. I've flown them now since 2022. I used to fly Delta before that, and I have to say that United really has a lot better service than Delta, in my opinion, on that. So I've never had a bad experience with United, and I definitely do look forward to flying them again. Now, the hotels. I stayed at 2 hotels during my trip. On Saturday night, February the 15th, I stayed at Excalibur since I wanted to stay, you know, at least one night on the Strip. And that was a lot of fun. I really like Excalibur, and overall, it was a very pleasant experience. I have to say that much. I'd never stayed at Excalibur before, but I had, been in there plenty of times. And when we stayed at the Tropicana, I used to go over there all the time and eat at the food court and check out Excalibur. So I was very familiar with it, but I had just never stayed there before. But I have to say that their rooms were really nice. It was clean, and anything you want for a basic basic hotel, and they had everything there, and the staff was really friendly too. So, I really don't have any complaints on that. The bed was comfortable, and I also enjoyed the view of the former Tropicana site right outside my window. That was pretty neat checking that out. If you go back and look at my videos, you'll notice that that I was able to have a clear view and of what was going on over there at the Tropicana site, which is going to be the new A Stadium site. Also, Excalibur has a wonderful food court as well, and that's where I used to eat all the time when we stayed at the Tropicana. But they got a lot of great places to eat there, like Del Taco, Jimmy John's. They got a Fat Burger, Popeyes. They've also got a Krispy Kreme. Of course, I can't have Krispy Kreme because I'm diabetic, but I'm sure you probably can. And it's definitely a good place to go if you want a lot of great places to eat. They also have a Johnny Rockets there as well. So check that out, and next time you're in Las Vegas, and I would definitely stay at Excalibur again. Maybe I'll stay there next year when I go back at least one night. Now, from Sunday, February 16th through Saturday, February 22nd, I stayed at the South Point Hotel and Casino, which, of course, is where the Mobile Entertainment Expo and the Photo Booth Expo were held, so that was the host hotel. But once again, I was overall impressed with the South Point. They got a lot of great amenities there. They got a lot of great restaurants. And the room was spacious, and again, there are a lot of great places there to eat, including a wonderful Mexican place upstairs. I also highly recommend Don Vito's if you ever visit the South Point and want some Italian food. And of course, the Coronado Cafe is a must when it comes to food at the South Point. That's where we ate a lot, and especially after midnight. If you're looking for something good to eat after midnight for a really, really great price, go check out the Coronado Cafe. They have a lot of entrees for under $10 that they serve after midnight. Like, for instance, you get like steak and eggs for like $7, I think. I was able to get like a hamburger and fries and a drink for like $8. So I mean, really, really good prices there, especially after midnight. It's all the same food that they serve during the day. It's just the timing when you go there. So if you're up late and you want to get a nice dinner, and go check it out. They're open 24 hours. And, like I said, it was just a really great experience. I really do like the South Point. Now, the only drawback that I don't like about the South Point, of course, is the distance from the Strip. I wish it was closer to the Strip, and I wish that they had like a shuttle or something like that to take you to the Strip, like maybe have a shuttle that would run like every hour on the hour that would take you to the Strip, kind of like they take you to the airport. And I think the South Point used to have that at one time, at least that's what I understood. But that's the only drawback that I would have, is I would like to have something like that. I think that maybe if they included that in the resort fee, that would really make things a lot better. And I think a lot of other people who stay there would probably like that as well. But usually you have to take an Uber or a cab if you don't have a car. And, that can get pretty expensive if you have to go, to the Strip and back. So that's the only thing that I don't really like about the South Point. But everything else is top notch. It's a great resort, and I love it there. And, the rooms are, like I said, just really nice. And the staff is really nice, and a lot of great places to eat there as well. Now let's talk about the Mobile Entertainment Expo itself. And as for the Expo, well, overall I would have to say that it was another great show, and I do commend Rob Savickas for his work that he put into it and all of his staff. I think that they did a great job, and the show has definitely gotten better since 2022. But, as with any other show, there are always plenty of ways to make it better and take it to the next level, and I would just like to share some of my thoughts on that. Now, I do think the show, again, has improved since 2022 when Rob first took it over, and you got to think, looking at it from Rob's point of view, I mean, he's having to put together both the Mobile Entertainment Expo and the Photo Booth Expo. You can imagine what that's like. I can only imagine what kind of task that is, all in itself. So definitely commending him on that, on having to do all that. And, it's probably a lot to have to, I'm sure it probably takes like at least up to a year just to plan everything and get everything ready to go and all that good stuff. But like a lot of other DJs, I would like to see more mobile DJ vendors on the exhibit floor. I think we have a lot of photo booth expo vendors there, but I think if we can get some more mobile entertainment, mobile DJ vendors, I should say, if I don't get tongue-tied, I think if we can get more mobile DJ vendors up there, I think that'd be really great too, and I would like to see more of that, and I think that would help out on the exhibit hall. I would also like to see the seminars. This year I think the seminars are really great, just like I have in the last couple of years. We had some great speakers. They were very educational. But what I would like to see is I would like to see it taken to another notch. I would like to see more seminars on how to run a business. I mean, there are a lot of seminars on how to mix music and, things like that, and I think all that's great, but I think we really, as DJs, we probably need to see a lot more seminars on business management, marketing, and things like that, learning how to put a contract together. Those are the kind of things I think that we probably need improvement on as the DJ, industry as a whole. And, I would really like to see stuff like that, and, I would really like to see more in the line of that kind of education. And one thing I do want to mention though is one seminar that I remember back when Mobile Beat was held at the Riviera that I've always remembered, and I've also got this on DVD as well. But they had an attorney come in, and he actually taught a 2-day seminar, and he talked about things like contracts and making sure DJs have liability insurance and the importance of liability insurance. Those are the type of things I would like to see in the seminars. I think that would be very beneficial to help DJs out, in addition to the ones about mixing and how to keep a dance floor packed and that kind of stuff. I just think that there needs to be more on the business end of it as well. So I would like to see more seminars like that. Now let's talk about the parties. I went to each of the 3 parties on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and overall the parties were good. I really enjoyed those. I think having all the DJs around enjoying themselves and socializing was probably one of the main highlights of the entire show. It was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed that. But I do think the parties could be taken up to the next level. For example, when Mobile Beat was being held at the Riviera, I remember we used to have theme parties there. Like one night they had like a 60s party. It was like a Soul Train party. And they had like a big mirror ball and all that, and everybody came dressed in their 60s attire, and they played 60s music and stuff like that. I think something like that would be really good for the parties. Maybe have like an 80s theme night or something like that. I think that would really help out. And I really think that was something that they could probably maybe take up to the next notch. Also, I remember back when they used to have the Mobile Beat shows like at the Tropicana and at the Riviera. They used to bring in artists like Vanilla Ice one year. Otis Day and the Knights was there, and Ron Dante, the voice of the Archies. Well, I know sometimes that maybe now it might be a little bit hard to get artists like that because that might not be within the budget. But that's just an idea to kind of kick around. Those parties always seem to do really well too. And it was always pretty neat, seeing some of those celebrities. So that was always a lot of fun as well. So again, I think the parties could be taken up a notch. Not that they're bad, but I think that they definitely could be taken up a notch. So again, overall, I think that the Mobile Entertainment Expo was great, and I think that maybe getting some more vendors and some more classes about business management and taking the parties up a notch a little bit. I think it could really, really be a lot better than it is now. So that's just how I feel about that. But I will say this though: I think the overall thing that I really have to say that I enjoy most about going to the Mobile Entertainment Expo was getting to be with my DJ brothers. And I'm talking about Naveen, Matt, Chip, and of course Robert, Dave, Super Dave. I mean, it was all great just being around everybody. And of course, there were a lot of people that I got to chat with in the hallways, like Jay Brannon, and I saw a bunch of other guys that I hadn't seen in a while, and it was just really great. Just too many to name, but I think that's really one of the best parts about it, if not the best part, is getting to see everybody and network with everybody in the hallway. I mean, I don't think there was a single time that I was walking down the hallway at the South Point that somebody didn't stop me. And that was pretty neat to see, and being able to talk to everybody. Somebody had seen my YouTube videos, and it's nice chatting with them as well. So really, it's all about the people as well, and in addition to all the educational stuff too. So I met a lot of great close friendships that I've made ever since 2009 when I first went to the first Mobile Beat show. That was my first year going, and every year I've just seemed to meet more and more people, and I've really developed a lot of close friendships, and I think that's really something that's really special. Now I do want to mention that next year is going to be the 30th anniversary of the Mobile Beat show. And I hope that they do something special next year at the Mobile Entertainment Expo, and maybe even bring Ryan Berger back for the 30th anniversary show if he's available. I'd like to see him again. That'd be pretty cool to have him out there for the 30th anniversary. Maybe Jake Feldman and some of the other guys from the former Mobile Beat shows, maybe they can make an appearance out there if they're available to do that. So anyway, those are just my thoughts on the Mobile Entertainment Expo. I highly recommend you going if you've never been, and go and check it out next year. It's a lot of fun. You're going to meet a lot of people. And when I first went in 2009 to the first Mobile Beat show, I didn't know anybody, and I was thinking, okay, I'm going out there by myself. What's this going to be like? Am I just going to be by myself the whole time? Well, trust me, you may land in the plane there at the Harry Reid International Airport, but I guarantee by the time you go home, you're going to have made a lot of lifelong friends. And that's almost a guarantee on your first visit. So anyway, there's some food for thought there. Start thinking about it now. Start planning for it now. And we'll look forward to seeing you out in Las Vegas next February. Alrighty, that's where we're going to leave this. We got wedding gig logs coming up soon. Got actually weddings coming up next month, so I'm going to get ready for that. And I'll be talking to you soon, and we got more content coming up. I've got some more vlogs I want to do and some other things I want to talk to you about, so I'll be recording those pretty soon as well. So until next time, practice and enjoy. City gonna set my soul